Okay, so the 1488 turn is done here in Granada. All the Muslim forces are pretty much gathered at Granada. This isn't necessarily where they want to stand. They were looking to exchange and get more cav so that they could maybe get surprise attacks. We can see the Spaniards have made it down to Elmira and have pretty much captured this section of the board. They don't have a lot left to take. They have to take Malaga. There was a naval battle as the Spaniards passed through Sea Area 2. Not much effect to that, just that the Moors can do some naval transport, and I wanted to gather the Spanish ships together in one place where they get reinforcements. I thought Sea Area 4 was important to blocking the Ottomans. It didn't turn out to be the case. Santiago has taken Marbella. So Malaga and Granada are all that are important that are still here. And quite simply, well, there's these two ports as well. So if Malaga and Granada fall, however, the game is over. Which is kind of weird because the major victory, the ultimate victory in the game, the sudden victory, is all 3 and 4 strength castles on the board. Well, I don't know if I missed, if something's covered that I took, but, and this is not too surprising with how the rules are written in terms of not really appearing to have been carefully thought out. Turns out to be the case. There's one 4-point city, Granada. Great. End of game, that's needed for victory. And 2 3-point castles, both ports. So the end of game victory conditions are a subset, or actually a superset, of the immediate victory conditions, which is to say it's easier to win the game at any time except the end of the game. Now I can't imagine. I guess it's on the very last turn. You have to, if it forces itself down to 1492, the Spaniards have a slightly harder time in winning the game than they do if they try to win it at any other time. This bothers me. This is not what I would consider to be a reasonable set of victory conditions. Just in terms of when a game has a sudden victory condition and then has an end of game victory condition, you kind of expect that given that they're both end of turn type situations, that the sudden victory condition would be a little bit harder. Turns out it's the other way around. If you take it to that last turn, the sudden victory condition raises one level beyond what it was before. You have to take, 1, 2, 3 more castles. That's your cost. Anyway, I don't think it's a big deal. I think this is the big fight, and we'll see what kind of reinforcements are coming. The Spaniards spent a lot of effort here with Ferdinand taking Elmira. That was an expensive capture, and there was only a handful of troops there. Well, we can see what I call a handful, but when you compare it to what's here, and that this is a +2 to the strength instead of just +1, then it's beginning to be put in perspective. I don't think Granada, with all of this and these, can be taken in one turn. But there's more than one turn left in the game. Alright, I'll do the reinforcements and we'll come back for 1489. So here we are in 1489. I just finished this season. I'll make a quick roll. The game does not end there, so I'll move that forward and put my die on it. Let me explain what happened. Santiago charged forward and grabbed Malaga. There were some troops here. It was a hard fight. He ended up with 3 reduced cav left. Ali Al-Altar managed to get an action. He took an all-cav force, got a surprise attack, and successfully wiped out Santiago's entire force and captured him. That's a big blow to the Catholic Spaniards. Of course, they have a big force, but they have to try and figure out what they want to do. They need this city, and they need Granada to win. And they have to try to figure out how they're going to put the vice on Granada well enough in the short amount of time that they have. That was not a major victory because there were no infantry and there were only 3 cav. There were no infantry at all, which is sufficient to prevent it from being one. All right, on to the next turn. Well, that's the end of the year. Now, Ferdinand's got a problem. He's got a siege gun with him, and he's moving very, very slowly through the land. There's been a lot of zeros rolled on the last couple moves. Where are we at points-wise? 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23, 25 still. So we didn't break that barrier from last time, which makes sense. We took this boat, it got taken back. Got real problems for the Catholics at this point. It's hard to move their forces in enough quantity that they have any chance of taking Granada. And I look at the victory conditions and I just don't see it. All right, well, we'll go to the next turn. Campaign season's going to be at 3 again. And we'll be moving into 1490. Alright, let me do the reinforcements and whatnot. So the 1490 campaign turn is done now, and we slowly have Ferdinand's gathered his entire force, and he's taken a couple of these ports. He's still, actually, are they both? Yeah, they both are. He's still going to have to take Malaga. He absolutely has to take that. And he has to take Granada. That's a hard call to make in 2 turns. I don't think it's possible at all. Ali came out and did a surprise attack, whacked Calatrava, hit a bunch of his forces. It looks hopeless, but we'll do the reinforcements, see what comes up. So I did a double take-all attack. The Spaniards made their attack on Granada. They were actually wiped out in the first shot. Every single strength point. And I mean, this is what they were facing in total. And remember, because it's a 4-strength fortress, they're each at +2 to their strength. And they got 2 dice each because the siege gun didn't work. So it was indeed a hopeless situation. I wasn't going to be able to get more strength. There was no stratagem that I could make that would help here. I'm not sure that it is really possible to crack Granada if it comes down to it. Like, if the Moorish player decides to just focus on defending Granada and a little bit of effort, it seems like they can very easily put that choice off for quite some time. Of course, they make some risks if they do that. By not focusing only on building up in Granada, by playing around elsewhere, by using their other leaders, trying to take advantage like I did in the early stages. I'm calling this one now. Yeah, there's another turn, but I'm not even rolling. Well, let's roll these guys. Okay. Alcantara. Okay, he survives. Calatrava. He's dead or something. Ferdinand is surviving. You know, it's 2 leaders, no troops. Ferdinand could go back up and grab some more troops and see if he could do it next turn. But, you know, I don't like rolling dice that much, and that's about all that's left here is a really, really low odds attempt, and I just don't want to do it. I'm not a fan of buckets of dice to begin with, and when it comes down to an attack like this, I really, really despise it. I'll be back on another vid for the review of this because I have some words to say about it.